The second episode of the controversial documentary series Benefit Street aired on Channel 4, and so far, well, the series has caused quite a stir. Paul, you were just saying there, obviously you've been away on holiday, you haven't seen
it's not. I'll be honest with you, it's not the kind of programme I'd want to watch, to tell you the truth, because it would rile me. Yeah. Because it's one of those programmes to get Middle England up in arms, you know what I mean? And I think these people are sacrificial lambs on the altar of light entertainment, and that they've gone willingly, you know, with a smart tongue has got them to say all sorts. Yeah. And it is a very unfair representation of unemployment in this country, because a lot of people do not choose to be on benefits, and this is portraying everybody on benefits. They're doing it because they want to.
Yeah, not I think a lot of people second your views, and that's why there's been such a backlash.
You know, and also in Birmingham, there's an estate called Castlevale, which was once you didn't go near. And it's been regenerated by the residents, and it's one of the nicest places you could choose to live in. They don't show that, do they? You know, they only show this, and it really annoys me. Get the Daily Mail up in arms, they'll love it, they'll have a field day. Keep them in print for weeks, believe me.
But there is one lad on the Benefit Street that actually goes out and tries to make something of himself, and he's become something of a bit of a hero.
Yeah, he has.
You know, it's unfair, I think, this kind of programming.
Yeah, well, we sent Joe Crowley to Liverpool with a one-show megaphone to see what the people... We did, Paul, we did.
Paul. So, slightly different take there on Benefit Street. Well, Paul, I mean, you've come out, you've said, you know, quite vocally that you're a supporter of the Labour Party. So how would you kind of...
Well, I know Ian
Duncan
Smith, he wants to reduce it, doesn't he?
Yeah. From 26,000.
See, that man would reintroduce the workhouse if he could. And he knows nothing about it. He was born with a silver spoon in his mouth, and it annoys me that he's up there spouting about this. I mean, how is a family of four supposed to live on 20,000 a year? How are they supposed to clothe the kids? You know, all the little things that families need to spend money on, the basics. They're not going to be able to.
How would you go about reducing the benefit bill then, Paul?
Create more jobs for a start, and raise the basic wage. I mean, it's appalling, you know. So you'll get people saying, well, why should I come off benefits and go and do that job and lose an extra £30 a week?
That's the point, isn't it?
And work myself to death 11 hours a day probably for it. So the likes of Ian Duncan Smith up there spouting this kind of stuff, it just shows what this government are. They really annoy me.
Talking of nets, George Osborne, what do we think? Is it up or is it down? Do you know what? I'd sooner have Ozzy Osbourne as Chancellor. I tell you what, because at least with Ozzy, the only cuts made would be the effing and blinding from his speech, that's all. Do you know what got my back up? Oh, those Tories whooping and hollering when they heard about the cuts. Did you see them? All in the background. Do you watch telly or politics, you lot? But ain't X Factor, not making interested. No, they annoy me. They're all, yay! You have sound up. It's got to scrap the pension. Yay! No more wheelchairs. Yay! Bastards. Sorry. I do apologise for the language. That just fell out. I bet when they were children, they laughed in Bambi when his mother got shot. I bet you. In the words of the old musical song, folks, it's the same the old world over. It's the poor what gets the blame. All together, it's the rich what gets the pleasure. I know, I believe in shame. I tell you what. It wouldn't be the French. Look at them now, the French kick off if the coffee's cold, for God's sake. We should take a leaf out of their book. Oh, yes. We should take to the streets. We should be vocal in our fight against oppression. We should let... Oh, shit. We should let them know that we are not taking these draconian cuts lightly. We should fight for the rights of the elderly, of the poor, of the sick, and of the little children.
Sir Chris Bryant.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. I don't know whether the Deputy Prime Minister ever met Lily Savage or has ever spent a night out at the Royal Vauxhall Tavern, but Lily was... I can take him sometime if he wants to go. I think that was a yes, actually, yes. But Lily was performing at the height of the AIDS crisis in 1987. When police officers raided the pub, arrested her amongst others. They were wearing rubber gloves because supposedly they were protecting themselves from contracting HIV from touching gay men. Lily amazingly said at the time, oh, lads, you've come to do the washing up. That's great. Her alter ego, Paul O'Grady, campaigned acerbically and hilariously for elderly people, for care workers, against oppression of every kind. Isn't it time we in this country celebrated our naughty, hilarious drag queens and comics of every kind who inspire us to be a better and more generous nation?
Yeah.